Hey, hi everyone, and welcome to another weekly connection. So this week, it's really important what we're talking about because we want to talk about critical mass. Now, critical mass is what it takes to move the negative vibration of this planet into positive. We only need 51%. So that's pretty cool. We don't need 100%. We don't need 90%. We just need a little more than half of the people to be focusing on moving their energy in a positive direction. Let's do our stuff so that we can get started here, and everybody's on board today. So we're going to spray the cosmic cleanse, and then we're going to do our cosmic thrust. Now the cosmic cleanse gets rid of all the smush on your aura, even if it's your smush. And the cosmic cleanse realigns you, heaven and earth, and allows us to transcend time and space a little bit. So we're going to rub our hands together with one drop of that, bring it into our aura, cup our hands together, and take that deep breath in, which I love this stuff. So, this stuff is really good to use just when you get out of sorts in a day or you just feel off kilter. Because, as we talked about last week, our thoughts are very important. And we're going to talk about the cycle of action again next week. I think it's next week. Anyway, we're going to talk about it again because it's very, very important. But this week they wanted to talk about how do we get to that critical point where the energy and the vibration shifts from duality to Christ consciousness, or cosmic consciousness as it's called. The flip of that is that suddenly you realize your oneness. You realize that you are part of everything in creation and that you created it. All of the negative energies, all of the misdeeds on the planet, all of that comes from human beings' negative thoughts. Because we bring turmoil to us. We bring cataclysms to us through our mind. So it's very important that we start to shift those negative thoughts and we get to a higher number. Now, we are doing better. Absolutely. But we are not there, as you can see. And we have plenty of war on the planet. And we have plenty of heartache and suffering on this planet still. But it's hard for people to understand that the suffering on this planet is brought about by negative thoughts. Now, the sun is going through what it needs to do to shift the energy, to move us to a higher vibration. And so the earth is going to go with or without the humans. And how many humans? So the thing is that we want to make that vibration shift. So you need your vibration to be positive at least 51% of the time. The more, the better. The more positive you are, the more that exponentially expands and affects other people, so that they can be more positive and we can get out of the drama and the victimization, the duality that makes the earth as we know it today. It's hard to conceive a world without duality. I look to nature to understand those things, to understand how nature has its cycle, and most of the disruption that nature feels is from human beings. So we see that there's an ebb and a flow to everything, and that we are part of that ebb and flow. But we are part of everything, and everything is part of us. So if we have negative thoughts about certain people, certain leaders, and why are they like that, and and protesting things that we feel we're right. Ay, guys. That's just more duality. It doesn't matter if you're right or wrong. It just stinking doesn't matter. What matters is, are you coming from love, compassion, and kindness? If you are coming from those three things, then the action will be correct. Then you will have right action. And that is what we're striving for. So stop trying to be right all the time. It doesn't matter. That's really hard to get your head around in a world of negativity. I get it. But it isn't what it is. So when you see something that gets your hackles up, you send it love. You send it light. And you bring yourself back to center. Because you're going to nix, nay, nay any negative thoughts you have about whatever the subject is. Because that is not what brings right action. Yelling and screaming, bombing, protesting that you're the right one and they're all wrong is never going to bring right action. What brings right action, I'll say it again, and I'm like a broken record, is love, kindness, and compassion. To see our differences and just pour light over it. Now, I'm not pouring light on something to make it believe the way I believe. I'm pouring light on something to bring it to balance, to bring it to harmony. Because the answer might be not what that person is thinking or what I'm thinking. You see? It might be something totally different that the light will reveal. So our job is to be the light seed, right? Our job is to just bam it with light 24/7, as much as we can. And that's what we want to do, to get out of this duality. Because we're all very tired of it, and that's the truth. But we have a little while longer, and let's get this job done. So I have a present for you. I'm going to show you something today. This is the debut. They gave us a new oil called Sacred Ascension. And this oil is designed to help you get through the rough run of the ascension process. So all your ascension symptoms, like headache and dizziness and sometimes irritability, are much better. This kind of relieves you of them when you get it. Now, let's see, this will air next week, so from when I'm doing it. So this is, I'm going to put it up for pre-sale, just for you guys to know about. And then I'll send out a notice about it in a week or two. So what you're going to do with this oil is you're going to take a drop, put it on your finger, and then you're going to anoint your third eye and rub in a clockwise circle on your third eye. And then you're going to put it on your throat. And I like to put it on my wrists. I like to put one on each wrist. Yeah. And so that will help you with your meditation. It's designed by the celestials to help open our third eyes so we aren't so clunky-dunky. And we can get lighter and happier, really. You know, I've said for years and years, what's my goal? My goal is happiness, Because if you're happy, everything's going okay. So let's do the meditation focusing on your third eye. You move your eyes up into your third eye, and you want to, what I see when I close my eyes is different than what most people see. Pat, you may have to help me with this. So you bring your eyes up to your third eye and you focus on, if you see the donut, or what do people see?
Focus the eyes, and whatever happens, happens.
Okay.
It's not, everybody can see differently.
Yeah, not everyone sees the same.
Some people don't see anything.
It might be dark.
And if the eye
and
is
that's okay.
strained, just relax with it and practice it over a period of time, and you will find that it will no longer be a strain.
Correct. And if you're finding it hurts, you just take a little more of this oil and rub it on that third eye, because we're trying to, there's calcium deposits around our third eye, and we really want to work that to get those undone, to open that third eye more, so then it makes it easier for you to let go of the drama and the duality, and it makes our job easier to do, because we want to get this job done. So let's do our meditation, and I'm using the third eye to open up today. All right, so here we go. So Kutumi is going to lead this meditation. So we're going to bring that light in, that yummy, yummy golden light. It comes from source, it comes into the top of your head, and it comes all the way down into your body. Just drench it, just pour it in there like a fire hose, and just get it all the way down and out your feet into the earth, to the mother. Just you want a lot of this light, right? Because there's a lot of crazy stuff going on in the world. And then you want to bring it down, and the mother grabs on to your tether. You're always tethered between heaven and earth, and we continue on into the grid. And if you visualize the grid, great. If you don't, just know that that is there. That's the pulse energy of the mother. And then we bring it back around with an essence of her in it, up our backs, and back up to the source, and back down again. And around we go. Round and round we go. Good. Now keep your focus up there on your third eye. Keep that focus while we're doing this, and just keep that orbit going. That's so good. And now we're going to bring it up and let it waterfall out the top of our heads and get to the well of the mother below the root. Fill that one up, that we make a greater connection to all things, including human beings, in understanding why there is light and why there is dark. And we just fill that up, and as we light it up, we shift the dark to light. And we do that in the root chakra, aura. And we fill that. And this is where all that DNA structure and the wiring of humanity to be more negative than positive is. And here we just, again, bam it with that light. And we shift our DNA up to 5D. Because we all have the 12 chakras, and we're all shifting to 12 strands now. So we're letting that go, because the memory of having a 5D body is here in that root aura. Let's bring that memory up so that we can create that for ourselves and then for others. And then we radiate it out into the sacral chakra. Oh, that sacral chakra is all that drama stuff, right? Everything you've taught was right or wrong, and everything that the world says you should do and you shouldn't do. When you reach a point of consciousness, no one has to tell you what's right or wrong. You know what to do and what not to do. And we don't put a label on that. We just choose right action. So now we move into the solar conscious use of power, which is sitting on your, just below your spleen, right? Between your belly button and your spleen. Your spleen would be at your kind of waist level. And you go ahead and you put lots of light into there, because this is where we learn compassion and love for one another. And that needs a lot of light today. So let's give that a good hearty zhuzh. There you go. And then we bring it up into the solar plexus, where we show the power of love. Because that's what we are. We are the power of love in light. That's a light seed. I'm not here to tell you my agenda. We don't care about your agenda. Because it's not about agendas. It's about love. And that's the true power that makes the change to a positive world and dissolves all those negative thoughts, because the thoughts originate in the aura of the solar plexus. And this is where we dissolve negative thought with ourselves and with others. Have to do you first, of course. And then we push it up into the heart. Oh no, I forgot. The empathic shield, which sits right on your liver on your right side. That allows us to understand one another so that we can feel love. Because it's hard to feel love if you don't understand, if you can't let go of what your mind is telling you is right and wrong. So we bring that right into that empathic shield, which you wear 24/7 every day. This is what we're putting on now, is that empathic shield to help you be more kind and understanding and non-judgmental. That's the purpose of the shield. And then we bring it into our heart. And we just radiate that love. Just beam it out. And then up to our conscious intention, which is very important because we can't manifest what we want in life if we're too busy thinking about it. The conscious intention allows it to manifest from the light in the best way possible, because we don't always know what the best way is. So we bring the intention of what we want, happiness, and that will manifest for you. And then we bring it into the throat, where now we express ourselves in everything that we do 24/7 with love, compassion, and kindness. And if we oops, and we do, you just bring yourself back to the light. I say whack it with light, right? Use your ascension oil and just let it go and let it go. Because you know, when you have an oops moment, it's your ego going, me, my, I know. They don't. Let it go. Let it go. Someday we'll all be smart. That's funny. All right, so then we go up to our third eye, where we really radiate that light into the third eye, that it opens. And the third eye goes from the front to the back. And I want you to just really move that energy through there, in and out, and in and out, and in and out. And that's enough. Don't do too much of that. And that will help break that down, the calcium, and help the energy move through there so that you see clearly. And then up into your crown, where we're happy to be this crown of creation. We are so happy to be here, being the light seeds for planet Earth. And we're doing a great job, and we need to keep going. And we radiate that light out into our, I forgot telepathic notch. You know, I forget it because we're not really using it yet, but we're going to go ahead and beam it so that we can now come with unity in thought to one another. We're working on that. It's a project. It's a good project, and we're doing well with it. We need to get the empathic shield strong first, and fewer oops moments before that truly activates. And then we radiate it out to our aura, the outer edge of our aura, and we go 16 inches out, 18 inches out with that. You can do whatever you want with that gold light. And that is the juice that allows us to be light seeds to help other people on their journey, right? That's the stuff that people need for grit and understanding and being able to do what needs to be done here. Sometimes things are rough. It's hard. And there are many reasons for that. But the way to break it is by focusing that light. Not to condemn anybody, not to judge anybody. It takes some practice. So we bring it out and we let everyone munch and crunch as much as they want on that light. And it also gives us a shield where we now see anything we disagree with or don't understand like a movie screen. like a TV show. And we're like, I didn't never see it like that. And we're able to understand so that we don't judge. And that's your focus, to remove your negative thoughts and to get out of the judgment that they bring. And it's a great job. I love you all, and I'll see you next week.